Hey, if you're here right now, it probably means something inside you is asking for space. Space to breathe, space to be seen, space to just be a man in a way that actually feels like you. And before we go anywhere, I want to say this clearly. This session is for all men. Cis men, trans men, men who are still figuring out what masculinity feels like in their body or in their story. You're welcome here. Your experience is valid. Your path is real. Just take a breath together. Inhale, exhale. Good. Let's begin. You know, a lot of men move through life carrying a weight they never asked for. The pressure to be strong but not too emotional, to provide but never ask for help, to know what to do even when you're totally uncertain, to be a protector even when you're the one who needs protection. And for my trans brothers, there's often an added layer. The pressure to prove your masculinity, or the fear that someone might question it, challenge it, or misunderstand it. That weight is real, and it's heavy. But here's the thing. Masculinity isn't a performance. It's not a checklist. It's not a competition or a battlefield. Masculinity is an inner stance, a relationship with yourself. I want you to hear this. Your masculinity is not fragile. Not if you're cis, not if you're trans, not if you're queer, straight, soft-spoken, loud, artistic, analytical, athletic, quiet, spiritual, logical, whatever mix you are. Masculinity is not something you earn. It's something you express. It is a shape your spirit takes when you're living in your truth. So if you've ever been told to man up, or that you weren't man enough, pause for a second. Ask yourself, man enough for who? For someone else's idea of you or your own? Being a man does not require you to shrink. Being a man does not require you to harden. You get to be sensitive, you get to be unsure, you get to be healing, you get to be growing. Those things don't make you less of a man. They make you human. When men come into therapy, or even silently reflect at home, they're often seeking the same things, whether cis or trans. To feel grounded, to feel respected, to feel safe in their own body, to be loved without needing to perform, to know they matter. These aren't weaknesses, these are fundamental human needs. You don't have to hold everything alone. You don't have to be the rock 24/7. You don't have to pretend you're invincible. Sometimes the strongest thing a man can do is say, I'm tired, I'm hurting, I need help, or even, I don't know what I'm doing right now. That's not cowardice, that's courage. Let's talk about reclaiming masculinity in a way that feels aligned, not forced. Maybe your masculinity is quiet, steady, observant, slow to speak but powerful in your presence. Maybe your masculinity is expressive, creative, emotional, deeply connected to meaning. Maybe your masculinity is protective, not in a controlling way, but in a nourishing, grounding way. Maybe your masculinity is still growing, still forming, still figuring itself out. That's valid too. And for my trans brothers, your masculinity doesn't depend on anyone's permission, vocabulary, or approval. Your lived truth is enough. Your manhood is valid every second of every day, no conditions attached. Becoming yourself is masculine. Healing is masculine. Integrity is masculine. Courage is masculine. Compassion is masculine. And none of these qualities exclude the others. So here's a moment for you. Place your hand on your chest. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. This body, your body, has carried you through everything so far. It deserves your respect. It deserves your compassion. It deserves your presence. You are allowed to be a man who feels, a man who questions, a man who grows, a man who softens without losing strength, a man who stands firm without shutting down, a man who is fully himself. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If this spoke to something in you, stay for the next videos. We're building a space where men can heal, grow, reflect, and redefine masculinity together. You're not alone, and you're already enough.